Hey guys, it's Mana here, and today we're back with more Lucid9. When we left off, Yahiko was extremely flustered by this adorable little porcelain doll girl. So, I'm very interested to see where that goes. Ame just opened the door after I closed it, and I'm gonna have to close again once he makes up his mind on whether or not he's going out or not. Or he's stuck on the door. There you go. Okay, but now I gotta come over and close it. As Irie finishes up the meat on her plate, I settle into the chair next to her. It's hard to tell from the stoic expression on her face, but she seems a little happier than a few moments before. Do you want my ribs? Didn't you eat them all? I did. Then why did you offer? Then why are you here? At the very least, she's more open than when I met her yesterday. I'm sitting. Sitting is nice. Her expression doesn't even budge. Sitting makes the world go round. And sitting is good for you. It's bad for you. Her sudden response catches me off guard. What? Well, at least she's talking to me. That's a start. How can sitting be bad for you? Higher risk of obesity, high cholesterol, low back pain, cardiovascular disease, and type 2 diabetes. She says this so monotonously that I can't tell whether she's joking or deathly serious. But sitting doesn't cause that, right? Irie evaluates me for a moment, but only returns to her food without a word. I'm searching for a different topic to discuss when she abruptly speaks again. What's your name? Yama Ishimoto. You're not gonna comment on it? You know, it's an unusual name. Not like La Rogue Lamparade. La Rogue Lamparade? As in from Code Geass? You know it. Vaguely. It's a fairly popular series among young adults, but I'm surprised that someone like her would know about it. Well, next to La Rogue Lamparade, there can't be many strange names. Oh, it's a peach. I was like, what are you doing with that tongue? But that's a peach. Irie only reaches into her backpack and begins to munch on a peach. For a moment, I pick at my ribs in silence, but she speaks again. What is your DS? My what? DS, special power. I'm not sure where she's going with this, but I guess I might as well follow her. Really, Ame? My special power is creating sardines out of thin air. Canned or fresh? She doesn't seem fazed in the slightest. Both. So, freshly canned? I guess. Make some now. Sardines? Of the many weird situations I've encountered over the course of my short life, this just might take the top. She's joking, right? Sure. I flourish my hand and tap the table. There, sardines. That's a table. What was she expecting to see? Actual spontaneous materialization of freshly canned sardines? You know I can't actually make sardines out of thin air, right? You said you could. Either she's better at trolling than I am, or she really wasn't joking. I wasn't serious. Then why did you say it? I'm too baffled by her thought process to make an intelligible reply. Thankfully, Irie only returns to nibbling at her peach, as if she'd never asked the question. The awkward silence is punctuated by the signature school bell, an opportunity that I take with gratitude. Well, see you. She blinks widely at me. My name is Irie Hiraga. Okay. That was abrupt. I didn't tell you before. She suddenly stands, picks up her tray, and strides to the opposite side of the cafeteria to dump her dishes. Well, that was random. What an eccentric girl. Unless by telling me her name, she was trying to say that she trusted me, or that she'd like to become friends. Maybe she has some kind of mental disability that inhibits her social functions. She's offbeat, but interesting. I can see why she became the scapegoat. It's likely that the other students are scared by her unorthodox behavior. Just because she's different, she becomes the bad guy. Don't you huff at me. They should know better. They should give her a chance. Afternoon classes are another dreary pass. This time, even Yahiko is sullen, staring into his desk and murmuring nonsensical words under his breath. The moment the bell rings, Masato blazes into the classroom and lunges for me. I instinctively crawl beneath the desk, bracing myself for the full measure of his fury. You! I glance around the classroom. Yahiko is staring blankly at Masato. Elizabeth is, once again, immersed in conversation with her groupies. Misaki is... Misaki. I wave frantically in her direction, but she's too immersed in her phone to pay attention to my heed. You know how many days you've skipped track? 3? Wrong. The answer is too many. Hey, look, I've been busy. Like hell you've been. Busy with what? Napping, eating, thinking? He's got a point. You disappoint me, man. Yeah, join the club. Damn it, stop ditching. Well, I don't blame him. Ruri strides into the room. She hesitates when she sees Misaki, but shakes it off in the blink of an eye. What makes you say that, huh? Well, you know, all you talk about is track. Yama's probably tired of hearing it by now. But I don't just run. I can swim, too, and do basketball. She ignores him, and the approaching Misaki, and smiles gently at me. Don't worry, Mr. Ryuta says that you're not in trouble. Mr. Ryuta? Why would... Oh, right. Soji. The fight. But that's not what's important right now. She has to save me from Masato. Say, Ruri, don't you think it's awfully late and we should be... But Misaki rushes in front of me, reaching for Rui's hands. Ruri, I need to speak to you about... Ruri only steps back from both of us, staring blankly at Misaki. Why won't you listen? I told you the other day to leave me alone. It's you who isn't listening. She whips around on one heel and marches out of the room. Aw, shack it. This too... I have no idea what he's just said. This too ill to deal great. Wait, what did you just... But she flies past me and sprints out of the room, right on Rui's heels. Masato stares wordlessly at her back, mouth agape. That girl, Miyazaki, she was talking street. Oh, sorry, I didn't even realize that was Misaki who said it. Talking what? Nothing. Ain't nothing. Wait, did you understand her? Hang on, you're changing the subject again, aren't you? Me? No. You gotta come to track, man. I'll drag you there myself. Time to resort to drastic measures since I was ditched by everyone. Actually, where did Yahiko go? Huh, that's weird. Well, what's it gonna be? Oh, would you look at the time? I gotta go. Don't do it, man. Don't. I promptly run for my life, lunging over desks and chairs, bowling down the hallway. There's only one safe place for being bulldozed by his fury. One place that can be a haven for a refugee. I slam my fist against the door, ignoring the bewildered stares of passing students. Mr. Ryuta! Mr. Ryuta, open up before I die! Ah, dang nabbit kid, why do you always have to interrupt me in the middle of a battle? Nevertheless, the door creaks open, I jump in, and kick it shut, twisting the lock with what may or may not have been a little more force than necessary. Mr. Ryuta is staring at me with eyebrows lifted and mouth slightly agape, no doubt taking in my unkempt mass of hair and sweat beading on my forehead. First a fight, now running from someone. You just love trouble today, don't you? Probably more like trouble loves me. Oh, kid, important life lesson. Trouble only finds people who are looking for it. You stay down. So basically, I deserve everything that happens to me? Yeah, I didn't say that. Just that sometimes people who want nothing more in life than to go through, do nothing significant, and pass on in peace, well, they actually want a whole lot more. I don't understand. Well, then maybe we should talk about something else. I hesitantly take a seat and glance over my shoulder. No sign of the marvelous Masa. Since you're here, I guess we better have a proper session. Why are you being chased, God damn it, Ame. Why are you being chased, Too popular with the girls? As if. It was Masato Kurogane. He loves track, and I don't, so he's trying to change that. And I presume it's not working out so hot for you. Yeah, you could say that. It actually seems like Masato's always been on my case because of track, even the first time we met. Well, it was last year's club recruitment day. I remember hating that time. Well, to be fair, I hated everything, but especially club recruitment day. No matter how quiet and insignificant I tried to be, someone would always call me out at every minute. They'd try to get me to join language club, or music club, or art club, or even squirrel watching club. As you can imagine, by the time I met Masato, I wanted nothing to do with clubs, especially from someone who, frankly speaking, looked like the stereotypical idiot jock. I have no explanation for that. Hey, you! But contrary to popular belief, I actually did have some semblance of manners. So I stopped and turned to address this bothersome kid. Not interested. I expected some fake smile or even some pleading, but to my shock, the guy immediately pulled back his fist and socked me right in the face. Ow, what the hell? Don't give me that bull. I ain't even said anything yet. Awful rude of you. Awful rude of you not to even give me a chance. You know what we call that? Uncivilized. I'm uncivilized? You're the one who just punched me. Aw, you big baby. That wasn't even a gentle tap. The terrible thing was that he looked completely serious about it. To be honest, I briefly entertained the thought that he was part of an abusive household or something. Of course, the guy took my thoughtful silence for penitence and steamed ahead. That's more like it. Name's Masato Kurogane. What's yours? Leaving. You're leaving? Yeah, right now. Call me rude, but I was at my breaking point. Getting a fist straight to the nose wasn't exactly welcoming. I might have admired this guy's courage and utter disregard for social niceties, but other than that, he bugged me a lot. Oh, I see what you did there. But you can't leave, not before you've joined track. Track? Hell yeah, our club, man. It binds you for life, makes you sweat, gives you pain, stretches your physical constitution till you think you're gonna die. If this guy thought that was a great sales pitch, he had a long way to go. Yeah, not interested. That ain't all, man. Track can save your life, just like it saved mine. Saved his life? Yeah, right. Good for you. Ain't it? Track literally is a lifesaver, man. Thanks, but no thanks. Hey, where are you going? I'm just getting to the best part. I cried on the inside, but patiently nodded my head. If you get good enough, you can get a scholarship. This place don't come cheap, you know. Even a little amount would help your parents. Things were beginning to make sense. Is that why you're in track? Come to think of it, you still haven't told me your name. Interestingly enough, I found out that I was actually beginning to like this guy. At least he wasn't superficial like everyone else. If anything, he was the opposite. He wore his heart on his sleeve. Besides, I needed something to do while Rui was in drama. What else was I gonna join? Art, dance, squirrel watching? I'm Yama Ishimoto. Huh, what kind of name is that? My parents liked poetry. No way. Oh gosh, he was probably gonna rant about how poetry and literature is a waste of time. Who's their favorite? Matsuo Bushu? Kobayashi Issa? Or maybe foreign guys like Edgar Allan Poe or William Shakespeare? What the? You like poetry? Of course I do. Poetry is the manliest way to cry. This guy only got stranger. What about literature? Manliest way to hate people. Science? Manliest way to just take stuff apart. Math? Manliest way to put stuff together. History? Manliest way to predict the future. By any chance, what are your grades? Average of 99. No way. The highest class average I ever had was a 92. This guy was smarter than me. I don't understand you at all. It's okay, you don't need to. You just gotta join track. On second thought, I didn't think he was smarter, he just studied harder. Still, it took guts and passion and everything I didn't have. Okay, I'll try it out, but only for a little bit. I knew you'd come around. Come on, let's get to track. Already? Don't you have other unfortunate souls to recruit? Nah, the others will take care of them. Let's go. And that was how I met Masato. I was never really a regular track member, but for some reason, he always wanted me to be. Even now, I don't really understand why. He probably just wants to help people become their best. Then why would he pick me? Me, when there's so many people who would love track and running and competitions and all that crap. Isn't that the whole point of picking you? Because I'm useless, so turning me into somebody useful means a lot? Nah, because you're a challenge. You know, that doesn't exactly make me feel any better. Why not? You should feel very, very loved. Oh, I do. A bit too loved. Masato probably sees you like a little cousin or a younger brother. Do you know that? What? Masato does? Why would he do that? You know, kids, sometimes there's just nice people in the world and you shouldn't question it. And sometimes there are ulterior motives behind everything. Masato Kurogane. Ulterior motives? Well, that's true, I guess. It's not like Masato would fake anything. But it still doesn't make any sense. Why would he choose me, a random stranger, as his little brother? To be honest, I've usually thought of Masato as my little brother, since he's, you know, kind of obtuse and cynical and embittered by the world. Something like that. A kind of innocence. Maybe you shouldn't be asking why your friends love you, Yama. Maybe you should be looking for ways to return that love instead of looking for ways to deserve it. I sounded really cool, didn't I? I'm leaving. Aw, come on, kid. That was good. Admit it. I admit it. I'm still leaving. He only chuckles and slaps a hand on my shoulder. Have a good day, kid. I only nod wordlessly in response as I step out of his office. My throat feels clogged, as if I just heard something that I really, really needed to hear. Huh, maybe these meetings really are a good thing. Wah! Move those legs, you filthy maggots! Move them! Double time! What the heck? I peer around, searching for the source of the noise, and find Akira racing around the entrance, a large lumpy backpack slung over her shoulders. Oh, Sarge! Please, pretty please, I've been running 6 miles. I swear I'm gonna collapse. I totally read that wrong. Oh, okay, that was her. I shouldn't be able to hear you over the sound of your tears, Private. Hop to it. Akira? I gingerly step in front of her and wait to catch her attention. She grinds to a halt, tilting her head curiously at me. What are you doing here? I'm here for drama club, of course. But no one else is here. I'm doing an immersion exercise loop. An immersion exercise? Yep, I need to act half dead from the boot camp, so I'm gonna run a mile around the school track with this backpack. A mile, but the backpack looks as big as her. Boot camp, is that why you're calling me Loot? Nah, I'm calling you Loot because Loot is short for lieutenant. Well, darn my socks, don't you catch on fast. Usually her antics would annoy me, but for some reason it's soothing right now, like white noise in a messy world. Do you usually do things this intense for drama? Oh no, this is easy. You should have seen what I had to do yesterday. I was a sadistic serial killer. What did you do for that? I ate a bunch of cereal. I'm not sure whether to feel relieved or exasperated. Say, Lute, if you don't have anything to do right now, why don't you join us? We're doing some exercises that you might like. What makes you think I'll like them? From what Rui says. What exactly does she say? That you'll like the exercises. That's cynical logic. On the contrary, it has nothing to do with bikes. Well, technically, I don't have anything to do. Wait, Rui will be there? I thought that a silent Akira would be a blessing, but it's just unsettling. Rui has something to do today. But if you come tomorrow, you can watch her bedazzle the crowd. Tomorrow's Saturday, isn't it? Oh, is it? You don't know what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday for my character. And in my defense, there's a half day on Saturdays. Just no clubs, which is kind of important. She doesn't seem to hear me. Instead, she just checks her phone for the time. Hey, boot camp is ending. What about your mile? Let's go. She reaches out and grabs my wrist, but suddenly lets go as if it's a burning iron. I send a questioning look at her, but she only shrugs it off. Come on, Lute, adventures await! Without any further explanation, she marches into the classroom building. Well, this should be interesting. Akira leads me into classroom 3A, where a dozen students are seated in a ring looking expectantly at Akira. One of the girls immediately leaps to her feet. I recognize her as the drama club president. Where have you been, maggot? You know how late it is? Immediately, Akira stumbles forward as if she's dead exhausted, the backpack sliding from her shoulders and crashing to the ground. Sorry, sir, I took a detour. A detour? What kind of detour can take you on a training course? Can you take on a training course? Akira. Is she Akira right now? Points a tremulous finger in my direction. He jumped me, sir. Out of nowhere. I don't even know how he got there. All eyes swivel to me, waiting to see how I handle the sudden development. They're probably expecting me to dodge out, to freeze, or to just stare at them, like they're a bunch of weirdos. Heck, even I'm expecting me to do something along those lines. But instead, sheer instinct takes over. Years of make-believe with Rui molds me into what is needed at that moment, a foreign spy who haplessly stumbled onto a military operation. Sorry. I'm a tourist, lost my way. I subtly move my hand to my hip, where my imaginary gun holster lies. Surprisingly, the club president is perceptive enough to catch it. He's a spy! Right as I pretend to whip out my gun, Akira tackles my arm, throwing me to the ground. I feel a shot of pain run up my shoulder, ripping a very real cry of agony from my throat. Akira proceeds to deftly lock my arms behind my back, leaning over until her mouth is next to my ear. Drop the gun. Through the haze of pain, I manage to hold my character together. Akira nudges my arm, gentler this time, and I yell, opening my fingers in a releasing motion. Sir, what should I do? The club president kneels down, looking me straight in the eye. I tilt my head upward, staring as challengingly as I possibly can. Nice one. Strangers don't usually pick up so easily. The entire room relaxes as she sits before me, bowing her head slightly. And that is all the time I have for today, guys. It was kind of a weird episode, but interesting. And I like interesting. So, when we come back, we'll pick up... When we come back, we'll pick up where we left off with Drama Club. I wasn't in Drama Club in high school, but I did take drama class. I hold the record for the most drama classes taken at my high school. I took 6 when I should have only been able to take 3, so that's fun. And no one is going to beat beat my record because the drama teacher retired and they haven't hired a new one yet, so yay me! Anywho, I'm logging off now. I'll see you guys later, and remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You may just save a life. Bye! I almost said pick up a life.